So this video idea that I had, originally I wanted to do at like the beginning of the year. So I had done my top 5 Beauty Heroes favorites of 2021, I think in January. Now, honestly, I can't remember when I posted it, January, early February, I'm not really sure. And then at the same time, I got this idea to do sort of like a rehashing of past favorites. So I've been working with Beauty Heroes for 6 years now, I think. I'm pretty sure 6 years. And I have 6, yeah, it must be 6 years because I have 6 top 5 videos up from Beauty Heroes. So I did this once a few years back where I like looked at a favorite, like a favorites video from a certain year. I think it might have been like my very first favorites video or something like that. And like, were they still favorites? Because, you know, your tastes evolve over time. The products that you use evolve depending on, you know, if your skin has changed, if, you know, companies have closed, maybe they don't make those products anymore. There's new companies that you've discovered and new products that you're using. And are the things that were once a favorite, are they still a favorite? So I thought I would do that for Beauty Heroes. So I just talked about my top 5 for 2021. I will leave that, well, I didn't just talk about it, but those are the most recent ones. I'll leave that video down below in case you want to check that out because those are currently all still favorites. But I thought I would look back on 2016 through 2020, so the previous 5 years before that. Go over what my top 5 picks for those specific years were, and am I still using any of those products? Are they still favorites? What I think about past favorites, things like that. So I am working on quite a few other video ideas at the moment. Like I'm testing some stuff, and I like to take on sort of like bigger projects, I guess, like I'm working on another deodorant video and I'm working on a makeup review that I've been testing the makeup for the last few weeks. I like to take a long time to sort of like test things to get like a feel of how I really feel about things. So that leaves me with a lot of like in between time where I don't know what to film. So I figure something like this would be good. Maybe I'll do this, a few times, like look at some past favorites and figure out, or just like talk about if they're still favorites or not. I don't know. This is what we're doing today. So let's look back at 2016, my very first top 5 Beauty Heroes favorites. So yeah, I think I officially started working with Beauty Heroes back in December of 2015 because I remember it was right before I got pregnant. And then 2016 was my very first full year as an ambassador for Beauty Heroes. So I've been working with them, a really long time. This December, yeah, that makes it 7 years, right? It's just like, where has the time gone? It's crazy to think about next month I'm gonna be 36 and I don't feel 36, and how is this my life? Anyway, so my top 5 picks for 2016. And then what my favorites still are. So my first favorite was the Osmia Black Clay Soap. I was introduced to the Osmia Black Clay Soap way back in 2016, and it is still a favorite. I still talk about this all the time. I still put it in my current skincare routine videos. I still put it in favorites videos because this product is, it's great. I love it. It is a bar facial soap, and I have a new one here because I'm still using up like, what I like to do with these is I like to cut them into, I think I can get like 6 slices out of it and it'll last me like an entire year. You can buy 1 bar and stretch it out the entire year instead of just like using this, and it goes a lot quicker when you use the whole bar. Anyway, my little tip, get soap savers, which Osmia Organic sells, and then, slice each of your bar soaps up into smaller pieces. They'll last you a heck of a lot longer, especially because the sort of like indie artisanal soaps are way more expensive than, the soap that you buy at the grocery store for like $6 or whatever. Even the more natural ones, a lot more expensive this way. But yeah, I still use that. I have a bar of the black clay soap in my shower right now. I alternate between that one and the pumpkin soap. The pumpkin, I forget if maybe it's just pumpkin soap, but I alternate between them. They're both enzymatic. They don't strip my skin. It's the first cleanse I do in the shower. I typically, if I'm in the shower, I will do 2 cleanses. I'll do the first cleanse, which will be this, to remove everything, from the night before, whether it be makeup that I still had on, which sometimes happens, old skincare or nothing. Sometimes I don't do anything to my skin the night before. And then the second cleanse, I'll go in with something that's like an exfoliating product, like a creamy exfoliator or like a cleansing grain or something like that. But I always do this in the shower as my first step. I've been doing it for years. I will not stop using this unless they stop making it, which let's hope that that doesn't happen. I know that it seems like every few months you hear of like somebody else closing, like Moss Skincare just closed, and Sigil Scent, which makes my favorite perfume, just closed. So let's hope that that doesn't happen to some of my favorite skincare. But yeah, this was a favorite in 2016. It is still a favorite. I am still using it. Love it. So let's talk about a couple of things that were favorites that I still love, but I'm not using for whatever reason. So the Modern Minerals lip glosses, I would still be using those if she still made them. I mean, I do still have them, which I'm now realizing how old they are, but they still smell fine and they don't, you know, make my lips irritated or anything like that. So I still will use them every once in a while, but she doesn't make them anymore. Modern Minerals is now Momi, which focuses more on hair care. She stopped, you know, really producing makeup. I'm not sure if she still does her foundation. I don't think she does, but it's a shame because she made really great makeup. But I loved the Modern Minerals lip glosses. They were like a really close second to my favorite lip gloss formula, behind the Fit Glow formula. So it is a shame that she doesn't make those anymore because those were great. But if she did, I would still be using those. But that was another favorite from that year. I also really loved the Uma hair oil, which I'm not currently using. Did I use 1 or 2 bottles of that? I think I might have only just used 1 bottle of it. Very, very expensive, but beautiful. It made my hair like soft and shiny. There are a lot of products on the market that sort of do the same thing for my hair. The Inner Sense I Create Shine, I think it's called, that I just got in the mail, is sort of a similar product where it's like an oil, like a lightweight oil that you put in. At least that's how I do it. You put in it after you've dried your hair, and it sort of creates like a more glossy look. That's what I used it for. I haven't used Uma in a really long time, but I did really like a bunch of their products. Really potent, but not the best preserved, I will say. I had a lot of issues with mold. Not just me, other people did too, with some of their products. So it just felt safer to just stop using them. I'm actually not even sure. I haven't seen if they are still around. But even if they are, that's not a product that I'll probably use again just because of the price of it and, you know, lifestyle changes now. But I did really love that product. The Vapor Soft Focus Skin Perfector was one of their, I think they had 3 primers, or maybe they have 3 primers now. No, I think they have 1 primer. Honestly, I don't remember. But it was like it's sort of like was in their soft focus skin range. They had a foundation that was like the soft focus skin foundation as well, which I never really got on with. But I did really like the soft focus skin perfector. It sort of like blurred the pores. They had 3 different colors, only one of which didn't have carmine in it, which was the yellowish one, which I did really like. I'm not sure if they have anything comparable now to it. I know they have 1 primer, and I think it's just, oh no. Well, they have a mattifying primer, and then maybe they have 3 primers now. Maybe they only had 1 before. I don't remember. I don't keep up with Vapor really that much either, unless I get like some sort of notification about them or something. But I did really like that product. I just don't use it anymore. There are other primers that I'm using now. And in general, I don't think primers do much. It sort of depends on the primer. It depends on the company, the ingredients, things like that. But I did really like that product. Just not using it anymore. The last favorite from 2016 was the Mahalo Rare Indigo. I do have a little baby one here because this is still a product that I still use. It still works great for my skin. All of the Mahalo products in general work great for my skin. They're great for acne-prone skin, inflammation, healing. They all promote healing. So I do still love the Rare Indigo. I do still use it. I do still recommend it. It's crazy how long, you know, some of these products are, you know, so how long I've been using, or any of them, you know, like if it's a favorite from you, if you discovered it back then too, you know, how long some of these were a favorite for. Like that, you know, that was when I was pregnant with Oliver. It's just crazy. But yeah, still love the Rare Indigo, still use it, makes my skin feel great. I'm not using it at the moment, just because I am testing some other stuff, but I always pull that one back out when I'm having like a really bad inflammation, really bad bout of inflammation, really bad acne. So that one gets pulled out from time to time. Okay, so then in 2017, one favorite was, I'm missing one, I'm gonna need to go get it in a minute, was the Iunis Soap. I do actually have that sitting at my sink, but I haven't used it in quite a while. I don't like it as much as I like the Osmia Black Clay Soap. It just doesn't give my skin the same experience. The Osmia Black Clay one is great because it's lightly enzymatic and it gives me like that chemical exfoliation, very gentle, non-stripping. The Iuna one isn't stripping, but it doesn't give me that same sort of like feel to my skin, so I just don't feel like it's really necessary. But I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed all of the Iuna skincare for a really long time. I haven't pulled out anything from Iuna in a really long time though, but you know, back in 2017, 2018, I think even into 2019, I was, you know, like heavily using Iuna, you know, as they release new products, and I really still love their essence. I love their facial. The soap I would still use if I didn't have like something else that was more of a favorite, but I do still have some soap. I probably should use it. I probably should switch it up in my shower with my Osmia just to, you know, just to use it. But is it something that I'll rebuy at this point? Probably not. But a product I still, you know, did enjoy, will have to enjoy in the future to, you know, use it up. Okay, so we've got the Lil Fox Jungle Glow, which has also been a long time favorite. I think I discovered it back in 2017. I think that was the first time I tried it. I still love it. This is a newer jar. This isn't the jar from 2017. I did finish the jar from 2017 up, though this one is, I don't remember how old this one is, but this one has been around for a little bit, but it still smells good. I keep this one by my sink. So like on nights when I'm looking to do like a facial night, I will kind of use that as like a first step. It's like a cleanser mask, like a flash enzymatic mask, and then I will do like something else afterwards. But I still love that. It still makes my skin feel great. You know, it's honey, so it's got like a lightly enzymatic thing going on. It does have like a tiny bit of like a physical thing. There are some like little physical bits in there, but it's not like aggressive or anything like that. So what does it say? It's got white clay, raw cacao, maracuja oil, honey, vitamin C, neroli, pink grapefruit. I really love it. Mixing that with their Cleopatra mask as well is also really fantastic, which I haven't used the Cleopatra mask in a while. I should pull that one out. But another mask that I really loved from 2017, also, again, this is not the same mask for 2017. I have used quite many jars of this since then. Oh, this is the Mahalo bean. Oh, I mean, I love everything from Mahalo. So the bean is the antioxidant mask to purify and tone. And if you're, I still think that this is one of like the best masks if you're looking for sort of like an all-around mask and you don't want to have a bunch. Like I have a lot of masks. I love a lot of masks. But if you're someone who only wants one that kind of like does it all, this one brightens, it firms, it detoxifies, you know, it helps with acne and healing. And like I said, it brightens, it smooths, it like refines. It sort of is like a it does it all. It's one of those do it all masks. So if you're only looking to spend money on one mask, but you want that one mask to be like potent and, you know, do everything, that's the one that I would suggest. Because that one, it really just, every time I use it, my skin just looks like infinitely better. It's just amazing how well that works for my skin. And I've used, I don't know, 2 or 3 jars of that, I think. I love that mask. It is amazing, especially fresh, like, you know, right off the island. It's amazing. So another one that it was a favorite that I'm not using right now is the Skin Owl Beauty Whip. I did really love that. I thought it was great for acne. It felt really good on the skin. I actually have some in my refrigerator. I have like quite a collection of skincare that I want to sort of like use at some point, and like they're ones that would go bad, and I keep them in the refrigerator, like on my top shelf. I have quite a collection in there. Maybe I should go over my like refrigerated products at some point, because I just sort of keep them there, and I check on them every once in a while to make sure that they still smell okay, and you know. But will I pull them out? I don't know. I just sort of, maybe they're sentimental at this point because I've just kept them in there for so long. The Beauty Whip is one of those. I loved that product when it came out. I used it for like at least a year regularly in my skincare routine. I loved the way it felt on my skin. I loved the results that I saw. It really did help with acne. I think that was also featured with the, was it the maki berry? maki berry drops, because I think they were the mangosteen drops before, and then they had to switch the ingredient, and then they became the maki drops. Loved those as well. I loved those two together. It's just not a product that I'm using right now, but I did really, really enjoy that. So my last favorite from 2017 is still a product that I'm using, is a product that I'm still using. Have repurchased, so this is not the original bottle from 2017. I have repurchased this because I love it so much. It is a staple in my skincare routine. I just used it a couple of nights ago because I was having a massive breakout in my skin. It's the Launay Purify face wash and mask. You can either use it as a cleanser, you can use it as a mask. I always use it as a mask because it is extremely potent and it works like every time I have a massive breakout. So my skin freaked out a couple of days ago. I don't know if it was hormone related or sleep related. I never know why my skin breaks out anymore because my diet is not the greatest. I don't eat the greatest. I don't get a lot of sleep. What else contributes? I mean, like I have hormone fluctuations. I never really know why my skin freaks out when it does. Like I had a really long bout. I had over a month where my skin looked really good. And then all of a sudden, just like overnight, I had just like, I was like broken out all over my face. It's taken a turn now where it looks better now than it did. But there was like a week where my skin was just like, I didn't leave the house, I don't think. But this is one of the things, this is one of my secret weapons when I'm having like a really bad breakout. I know it's upside down because I've turned it. So much easier to get out like this than, you know, trying to like shake it down from the bottom. So now I have it sitting turned out like this. Yeah, but I love this. It always helps heal my acne every single time that I use it. I know that if I put this on, my skin is gonna look infinitely better the next day. So on a week where I'm having like a bad breakout, I probably use this. I probably will use this like 2 times a month, depending on what my skin is doing. And I'll use it in the same week. So I'll use this sort of like interchanged with something like the Natural Logic Unmask, which is great for inflammation. I always use that when I'm having a breakout as well. Earthwise Beauty Catharsis, I also throw in there when I'm having like really bad breakouts. I probably should go over my masks at some point that I use consistently when I'm having breakouts, but this is one that's always in there. Will be a constant rebuy. I hope she never goes out of business. If she does, I'll have to buy a couple of those as like a backup. But this is my favorite product from Launay. I've used everything from Launay. This is by far her best product. I think the rest are kind of average. I really don't think that they're anything like super special or like anything, you know, more special than any of the other products that I use in those categories, but this is something special. And if you're someone who suffers with acne, highly recommend it. Okay, so 2018. So the Maya Chia Super Blend, I think it was a sidekick that year, but I really love that product. I loved it before then. I had discovered it before then. I had tried a bunch of Maya Chia, you know, previous to when it was featured in the box, and I loved the Super Blend. Such a great product. It made my skin feel like super cushiony and like pillowy. Not a product I've used in a really long time, but I loved it back then. It's just a great balm. I don't use a ton of balms, especially in the summer. I do keep the balm usage really only in the winter. But would I pick that one over something like the Rare Indigo? No, but I did really love that. I think it's a really fantastic product. I also really loved the Fit Glow Redness Rescue Cream. I used a couple of bottles of that at the time. I haven't used it in a while. I haven't really felt like I've needed it because I've been able to tailor my skincare to really help with redness and like even tone. Like right now, my skin is not that red. I had a little bit of redness like in my nose and around my cheek area, but the skincare that I'm using really is targeting that. And I'm focusing a lot on products that help reduce inflammation, products that help even skin tone, products that help with redness, things like that, where I don't think I necessarily was so much back then. I think I was testing just like a ton of products back then, way more than I'm testing now. I really don't switch up my skincare all that much anymore. I did a lot more skincare testing like a few years ago, and my skin was just like perpetually red. But I do focus more now on finding products that help with redness and tone, and that was a great find for the time because it really did help reduce the redness of my skin. And I think that summer I went out of town. I went to Florida, and like the only makeup that I was using on my skin at the time. I was using the Redness Rescue Cream. I was using, I believe, the Miel Daily Hydrating Nectar, which was another favorite from that year. So just like a very lightly tinted sunscreen, and then like a brow product. That was like all I was doing to my skin basically like all summer when I wasn't filming. When I was filming, I was putting makeup on, but when I wasn't filming, I was just, you know, like reducing the redness in my skin, putting a little bit of tinted sunscreen on, and just running like a brow gel through my brows. That's like really all that I was doing, and it worked great. You know, my skin looked good. It felt good. So the Redness Rescue Cream from Fit Glow, love it. If I needed it, I would definitely use it, but I don't feel like I need it at this point. And then the Miel Daily Hydrating Nectar, loved that product. I bought a full size of it. We got a little mini in the, you know, in the Beauty Heroes box, and I loved it so much I went out and bought it. It's hella expensive. When I bought it, it was $128, so like, you know, even expensive back then, but I think now the price has increased even more and it's just not in budget anymore, but I loved that product. I used it, I think, almost to completion. I have to see if it's still around here somewhere. It's probably not good at this point because it's been a while, because I bought it in 2018. But I loved that. It, you know, it blended in with my skin really nicely. I felt like my skin was protected. I never had an issue with sunburn when I was using it. And it just made my skin look really good. It just evened out my skin tone so well. So that was a really great product. If it wasn't so expensive, I would totally buy it again, but it's just, I cannot spend $150 on an SPF at this point, unfortunately. An SPF that I can't afford that I do still really love is the Hanua Malu Spf 30. So this was another favorite from 2018. I do still use this. It is quite thick, so I don't tend to use this as much on days when I am wearing makeup. This is a newer bottle, obviously not from 2018. But it is a bit thicker, so I do tend to wear this on days when I'm not wearing, I said that, when I'm not wearing makeup, just because it is. But it smells great. It smells like jasmine. I love it. I love that one. I did go into like heavy detail in this one, I think. Did I? I need to do an updated sunscreen video this year as well too, since we're getting sort of into like, you know, sunscreen season for me. I know that, you know, you should wear sunscreen all year round, but really the only time I focus heavily on sunscreen is in the summer when I'm like out in the sun more. In the winter, I don't really, I live in my house. Like, I'll wear a tinted SPF or something like that on my face, but I don't really worry about it on my body unless I'm going to be like outside. And I burn really quickly when I'm outside and the sun is like really intense, and we're heading towards, you know, that territory. But yeah, this is one that I really love. Affordable. I love all of the Hanua skincare. I can leave some links down below if you want to see my opinions on, you know, the Hanua skincare, but I really like that. Again, it's affordable, SPF 30, it's reef safe. It smells really great if you're into jasmine. But there's that. So the last thing that was a favorite from 2018 was the Josh Rosebrook Advanced Hydration Mask. I do actually still have that. I should check it. It's probably not good anymore. I need to go through my stuff again and make sure, or like weed out the stuff that's gone bad that I haven't used in a while. But I'm no longer using Josh Rosebrook. I've talked about that before. I'm not really going to get into it. Every once in a while, that Josh Rosebrook video that I did will get a comment. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But yeah, if you want to hear my thoughts on Josh Rosebrook, go watch that video. I mean, I thought it was entertaining, but some people really disliked it. That's fine. But yeah, I did like that product, but there are a lot of other hydrating masks that I like a lot better than that one, and I'm totally not missing the hydration mask. Even though I still have it and I've used it from time to time, there are other hydrating masks that I just like a lot better, like the Miel. Nope, not Miel. Is it Miel? Now I can't remember. Oh, the Daphna's. The Daphna's Revival. That is like the most superior hydration mask you could ever buy. It's expensive as well. So worth it though, because it just makes my skin just like, oh, it's so good. I love the Daphna's Revival. So good. Better than Josh Rosebrook hydrating mask. The hydrating mask is nice, but it can feel like a little bit oily depending on your skin type. So that was 2018. So 2019 was the Tabatha James Cron shampoo and conditioner. I really loved those. Though I have not used those since I ran out of them. So I did finish them, but I have not repurchased them. There's so much other hair care that I don't actually remember the last time I purchased hair care myself. Cause I'm usually always getting hair care from like Innersense or Evolve or Momi or I don't know. I don't buy hair care all that much actually. I'm trying to think of like the last time I had to buy shampoo and conditioner. I honestly can't even remember. So I don't buy hair care that much. If I were to quit blogging and if I was buying all my own stuff, would I rebuy the Tabatha James Cron? Probably not. I think at this point I love, Innersense more. I love Momi more. I love Evolve more. The Tabatha James Cron was great and I did really like it, but probably not something I'd rebuy, but did enjoy it while I used it. Also another one that I really loved from 2019 was the Iunis Facial Low. That was the only product that I've ever used where I've really noticed noticeable difference in my pore size. It's been a while since I've used it. I'm not using it currently. I haven't in a while, but when I was using it in 2019, I definitely noticed like a reduction of the pore size, which shouldn't happen. I don't really know what was causing the pores around this area of my face to sort of like shrink a little bit, because that shouldn't be possible, but somehow it was shrinking my pores. I really would love to go back to that. I haven't, but I'm not super unhappy with like what my skin looks like right now. My pores don't even look that terrible at the moment. I mean, they're large and they're noticeable, but they're not like how they used to be in high school. I had bad skin in high school, like bad skin. But I love the Iunis Facial Low. I never actually even tried the high because I felt like the low was such like the perfect amount. I don't even know what the high would have done to my skin. If you use the facial high from Iunis, like I'd love to know what your experience with was it. Like how different was it from the low? Because I never used it. Another one that I loved that I do still use is the Beneath Your Mask Remedy Conditioning Lip Balm. I have this like all over the house now. If I'm not using a Fit Glow, if I'm not using like a Fit Glow lip gloss, or if I'm not testing something else, like I'm testing something different today, that's not Fit Glow, I'm putting on like this clear lip balm because I really love it. It's just like so conditioning for the lips. It really helps heal, especially when I'm having like really dry, cracked lips. Absolutely love that. It's just like, it's such a fantastic product. If you have really bad chapped lips, highly recommend that. That and the Fit Glow, lip serums are like the two best things I've ever put on my lips. What else did I really love from 2019? I did love the Jane Scrivener OO cream. I used quite a bit of that. I think I made it through almost an entire, like jar of that. Not something that I would rebuy, but I did really enjoy it while I was using it. I love so many other sort of like creams now. Like the Free and True Mamapacha, which is sitting right here. The Fit Glow Vita Active Cream or Vita Rich Cream, I forget what it's called. What else? I don't know. But like the Jane Scrivener cream was great, but there are others that I like better. So I loved it while I was using it. I did use, quite a lot of it. Almost finished it, but I've just got other favorites now. So that's not a rebuy for me. Also the Graydon Full Moon Serum. I have used an entire bottle of that. Have I used two? Honestly, don't remember, but I did really love that product. It's not one that I'm using right now, and I actually do have a bottle of it. I might go back to it. That probably is a product that I would use again because I did really enjoy it, and I saw like great results in my skin. Just not one that I'm using right now, but loved it. I have loved it for a couple of years. So the last thing from 2019 is the Maya Chia Refreshment, which is the Resurfacing Moisture Mask, and I love this one as well. Let me open it for you. So you can see, it's like kind of like a watery, maybe I don't want to tilt it. I'm pretty sure this had like a couple of different kinds of acid, and I love the way that this makes my skin feel. It like tingles in like a good way, but not in like a harsh way. And my skin just feels like incredible and smooth after I use it. If you're someone that can handle, like really intense acids and enzymes and things like that, I think you would really like that. But if you're someone who is pretty sensitive to those kinds of things, you might want to, step away from that one because it can be a bit intense because the acids are so potent in it. But I really like that one. It really just makes my skin feel like I can take a lot of exfoliation and it makes my skin feel like great. So that I do still use that. I do still have that. Love it. Would rebuy it. Probably the only... Is that the only Maya Chia product that I'm using like at the moment? Yeah, I don't think I'm using any other Maya Chia products at the moment. I mean, there are so many that I love from Maya Chia. The Refreshment, the Optimist are probably my two top picks from them. But I mean, they're all great. All right, so lastly, 2020. 2020, quite the year, huh? 2020, 2021, and 2020, like, I don't know when I'm gonna have like a good year again, but it's sort of like, it all started in 2020, right? That's sort of like when my life started to fall apart. But I found some good skincare, you know, in the meantime. Okay, so what should we talk about first? So let's talk about the ones that I'm not currently using. The Blue Alchemy Botanic Retinol. I did really love that product. I saw great results when I was using the Blue Alchemy Botanic line, or just the Blue Alchemy line. I love their vitamin C serum. I love their mist. Their mist is fantastic. The retinol serum was great. What else of theirs? I love their oil cleanser. Trying to think of what else they've got at this point. I don't remember. Oh, they have a facial oil, which I really, really love. And now they have like a nighttime repairing cream sort of thing, which I think came out in 2021. I can't remember, but I loved this. The skincare, my skin when I was using all botanic Blue Alchemy stuff, it's been a while since I've talked this much and I'm getting winded. But I remember in like January, February of 2020, I was using like only the Blue Alchemy stuff and my skin looked great. I think I have a post on my Instagram, like back when I used to still post on Instagram. I haven't done a feed post since September of last year, and at this point I don't even know if I want to get back into it. I don't know if I have what it takes for, you know, Instagram or any of those platforms besides this one anymore, and I don't even think I have what it takes for this one anymore. My channel's slowly dying, but it is what it is. But yeah, my skin looked great back then. It was like clear. It was, you know, the discoloration wasn't that bad. I really loved that. I would definitely use that again in the future, but it's just not one that I'm using right now. Sort of worked on the same level as like the Full Moon Serum for me. So the Graydon Full Moon Serum, I feel like I saw similar results from both of those. Probably more potent results from the Blue Alchemy stuff than the Graydon. But I think both, you know, did about the same thing to my skin over time. I also really loved the Lil Fox Hot C, their vitamin C serum. I did finish an entire bottle of that. I thought that was great, really potent vitamin C. Again, on par with the Blue Alchemy Multi-C serum. I think both of those gave me about the same results over the same length of time. My favorite vitamin C serum of all time is still the Fit Glow Vita Active Serum. The most potent vitamin C serum I've ever used. I noticed results within 24 hours. It's expensive, but totally worth it in my opinion. If I was buying a vitamin C serum, that's the one that I would be buying. Right now, well, not right now. I was using the Beauty Counter vitamin C serum. I've been testing that one for quite a while. I am testing a few things related to next month's Beauty Heroes box, so I've sort of abandoned my old skincare routine and now I'm doing a new one to sort of test some things out. But the Lil Fox Hot C is a good one. Doesn't beat out the Fit Glow Vita Active Serum, but still a good choice if you're maybe a Lil Fox devotee over, you know, Fit Glow or something like that. I think they both are great. The Bathing Culture Hydrosol, I did finish that up, I think like within the month that I got it. It's not that hard to use up a mist. That was great. I really loved that. I'd probably buy it again, but I have so many toners that I'm trying to get through. But that one was a nice one. Honestly, can't remember the scent of it. I don't remember if it was rose or something else. But I remember I did really like it because I went through it very, very quickly. And if I go through something really fast, it means I really liked it. Okay, so the ones that were favorites that I still am loving are the Mukti 2-in-1 resurfacing exfoliant. I used this one today. I like to use this one before I put makeup on because it does leave sort of like a really smooth canvas for whatever I put on top of it. So when I know that I'm going to be wearing makeup, I do sort of go in with like a heavier exfoliator, or one that I know is going to make my skin feel like baby soft, and this one does. This one has chemical and physical exfoliant. It's got like, I can't remember, is it like bamboo beads? I don't remember what's in it, but it's got like, it's got AHAs in it to chemically exfoliate the skin, and it just leaves my skin just like incredibly soft. So smooth and just like, I love it. This is one of my favorite exfoliants. Definitely on par with the Flower and Spice Glow exfoliator. I think they're both very similar because they both have chemical and physical exfoliation, and they're both like really fine and leave my skin just feeling like soft and glowy and incredible. Love that. Definite rebuy in the future. I don't know where I am at in this jar. I feel like I should be out of it by now with the amount that I use it, but that really is like a long lasting bottle. I just keep using it and it keeps coming out, so. Like I showed you, I also really fell in love with the Mamapacha from Free and True. This is a second bottle of this. I did finish an entire bottle of this, you know, back in 2020 when it was released. I also finished off an entire bottle of Body Profit, which was the sidekick that month. I love both of those. The Free and True skincare line I do really enjoy. They make really great products, I think. Mamapacha and Body Profit really are just like standout products. I really love the, let's see, can I pump some of this out? I really love the moisturizer. It sort of has like this almost root beer scent. I'm not sure what in it sort of like makes it smell like that. But I like to use this one when I'm going to the gym. So like if I'm, like today, if I was gonna go to the gym, I would take off my makeup, just like real quick, sort of with like a wet makeup pad kind of thing. Like the ones where you wet underwater and then you just like, you know, rub it off your skin. One of those like microfiber things. And then I would put on like a very light hydrating serum, and then I would put this over top, and that is like the perfect sort of like gym skincare for me. TBD if I'm gonna actually go to the gym today, we'll see. I might not. But yeah, I still love this. It's fantastic. I love the Body Profit, also fantastic. I didn't bring that in here, but that is also like a favorite from that year, just really great. And then the last thing in here is the Leilani Melli Glow, which is the Illuminating Nectar Mask. So I've used 2 full jars of this, I do believe. It's got fruits in it, hyaluronic acid, honey. It just makes my skin feel, I might need to do something about mine. It's gotten a little bit crystallized. I'm not really sure how that happened. But when it's, you know, the right texture, it makes my skin feel great. I just absolutely love the way that it makes my skin feel and look. It does make my skin feel hydrated and glowy and just like nice and smooth and plump. I love that this was a feature in Beauty Heroes and was a favorite long before Beauty Heroes, but definitely is a favorite from 2020 and one that I still use and will continue to use because that's one of my favorite products from Leilani. My 2 favorite products, my most used products from Leilani are the Mermaid Mask and the Melli Glow, but I love so many products from Leilani. So those are my current still favorites, still using them from past Beauty Heroes favorites top 5 videos. So I'll link all those videos down below in case you ever want to, you know, like reminisce and look back at what I had to say about certain products and maybe what I have to say about them now. Because I mean, I haven't watched those videos in a long time. I don't remember what I said about all of them, but I do know that these products specifically, I still love, I still use, they're still great. They're still like in my routine. And it'll be interesting to see, you know, in another few years, if I'm still using these, you know, where my 2021 and on favorites fit in, sort of like, you know, with all of this. So let me know what your favorites from past Beauty Heroes boxes still are. What are you still using that you discovered through Beauty Heroes that you still love? What was your like most favorite all-time discovery from Beauty Heroes? If I had to go with like all-time top discoveries, like probably would not have tried if they weren't for Beauty Heroes, it would definitely be the Laneige Purify, the Mukti 2-in-1. What else would I not have tried if it weren't for Beauty Heroes? I feel like probably Free and True. And maybe Osmia. Those are probably my top like discoveries like ever from Beauty Heroes because I just love those. Can't see myself, you know, without them at this point. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful. I don't know. Maybe you've wondered, hey, I wonder what Danielle's old favorites, if she's still using them. No, nobody's thinking that. Nobody's thinking to themselves what I'm up to or thinking. Anyway, I hope that you had fun hanging out with me for a few minutes, and I will see you in my next one, whenever that is. Bye.